that crappy cliffhanger for that. 7 years of waiting for that. I'm sorry, but have you lost your mind? You may not be a bad movie, but you are not a good sequel at all. And I only hope that the rest of the sequels this year can be somewhat better. Disappointing, because I really liked the original Den of Thieves. It had its issues, a lot of issues, and it wasn't a great movie, but it was at least entertaining. It was at least fun. This was tedious to sit through. I have wasted my money, I have wasted my time, and now I am thoroughly pissed. So, I'm going to make this review short and sweet to tell you all to not watch this movie. It is not worth it, guys. Trust me, it is not worth it. And those of you that had to wait 7 years for this, I feel so sorry for you. Because it's obvious that this was done for a cash grab and nothing more. Because Lionsgate's looking for some next big franchise after John Wick. Yeah, this isn't even close to that kind of franchise. And even trying to put the two together, it's like if you mix apples with hits. I'm sorry, this movie just disappointed me so much. So, it may not be the most negative review in the world, but just know that I do not like this movie. And honestly, it would have been better off if it never even existed. Hate to be harsh, but when my time is wasted, I do not hold back. I am brutal, I am honest, that's what I built this channel on. So if you're someone that's going to get triggered and angry at me for speaking my mind, there's the door. Skedaddle. But for the rest of you that are willing to hear out my opinion and be reasonable, let's talk about why this movie failed. What's up, what's happening, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, and where's anything animation, including TV and movies. I'm your host, Jason Small. Welcome to Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. This movie's not good. It's not a good movie, and it is a pretty bad sequel, in all honesty. Now, yeah, it's not going to be on the worst list now. I know that there's going to be far worse things than this. But, oh my goodness gracious, am I not looking forward to talking about it in the most disappointing list. But, this is January, and I guess it was stupid of me to try to expect a month without bad movies. Okay, it's not a bad movie, but bad or not, this movie sucks. Here's my written review, short, sweet, to the point. I hope you enjoy. Well, that wasn't worth the wait at all. Sure, the original Den of Thieves wasn't great, but it was at least entertaining. This sequel was just outright boring. Pros: good returning characters. I still like Nick. I still like the other guy. Those two are fine. Those two are not the problem here. Those two were the only two that actually tried. Solid directing. This director has definitely learned a little bit, and he tries to add a little bit more style and flair, but it's nothing to write home about. It's improvement, but it's very marginal improvement. Interesting ideas on paper of Nick going to the evil side and helping out in a huge diamond heist. That sounds interesting. On paper. In execution, they bungled it in every single way possible. Some decent action in the final 30 minutes that were completely spoiled in the trailers, and shorter runtime. This movie is not as long as the original, but it sure feels like it's longer. Cons: acting is bland, even the returning actors, everyone just did it for a paycheck. I didn't hear any passion from anybody. All the new characters absolutely suck, every single one of them. The exposition dumping is much more prevalent to the point of being outright annoying. Like, there's so much just standing around and freaking talking about random crap. Like, it gets so So annoying. The villain's terrible. Like, far cry from the villain of the previous one. The pacing is slower, thus why I'm saying it feels longer despite being shorter. There's zero tension, because in the first few minutes it outright reveals to you what's going on. Yeah, no freaking tension equals no giving a crap. And rewatchability is absolutely non-existent. I'm not watching this movie again, or the original for that matter. The original was a one and done, this was definitely a one and done. Also, the marketing outright lying about numerous elements. Don't go into this expecting an action movie like the trailers are trying to fool you into thinking that it is. It is a very exposition-heavy heist movie with very little action. Now, granted, when it gets to said action in the final 30 minutes, it's decent. It's solid. It's no John Wick, but it's solid. But the trailers pretty much marketing nothing but the action, yeah, that's just outright lying to your consumer, and you should feel bad about it. Overall, a painfully average snoozer that removes everything that made the first work and instead expanded on all of its problems. And I feel so bad for the fans that had to wait 7 years just to get this unremarkable follow-up as a result. Might work better for you, and I respect your opinion if you do end up enjoying this movie, but it just, unfortunately, is a complete miss for me. I did not like this movie. Most of the time, I was outright bored in my theater chair, wanting to fall asleep. But I stuck with it. I stayed awake just for a half hour of a movie that could have been good. Problem is, it was preceded by 2 full hours of absolute crap. So, yep. Unfortunately, this movie is just not good. I am severely disappointed, and I am kicking myself for wasting money on it. Yes, it may be a number 1 for Lionsgate right now, but that's going to change very soon with what's coming up. So, hold on to that while you can, Lionsgate. Before you know it, your second weekend could be an outright collapse. So, yep, that's pretty much all I can say. So, final verdict is a 5 out of 10. Average, painful, boring, tedious snooze fest. Unnecessary sequel that didn't need to exist, but fooled me into thinking could be something really cool. Guess that's just how it is. It's sad, but that's just sometimes how it goes. You go into a movie expecting something, and you come out disappointed because it doesn't deliver what you want it to. So, yep, that's it for this review. I'm sorry if I sound bored. This movie literally bored the crap out of me. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for better videos almost every single day. And I'll see you in the next review. Man, can we get a January that's not crap for once? Please.
Listen, I want to forget. So listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, don't miss your chance. And you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants.